Main Street programs often begin with events, small business support, and beautification. Over time, the most impactful programs grow into trusted leaders in economic development, land use advocacy, and infrastructure planning. In this video, you'll learn how to responsibly expand your program's scope. We'll look at ways to support real estate development, engage in housing and zoning conversations, and tackle important quality of life improvements like wayfinding and accessibility. The goal isn't to take on everything. It's to understand where your voice, relationships, and visibility can lead to meaningful, lasting change. Knowing when to grow. Before you take on new initiatives, check that your foundational systems are solid. Your existing work plan should be well managed. Your board and committees should be active. You should have regular communication and tracking tools in place. If your team is consistently delivering on current goals and you've built trust with community partners, it may be time to explore how your program can take on a broader role in downtown development and livability. Expanding economic development roles. Main Street is fundamentally an economic development program. That means your work can extend beyond promotions and events. You might help facilitate conversations between landlords and potential tenants. You could maintain a simple property inventory, participate in merchant retention efforts, or help the city identify areas of disinvestment. Your team is often the only group with day-to-day knowledge of what's really happening on the block. That gives you a valuable seat at the table in local planning and economic development discussions. Real estate development and partnerships. Some Main Street programs take on a more active role in development. This might include helping property owners navigate code issues, applying for facade or pre-development grants, or connecting developers to local needs and design goals. Even if you're not leading a project, your program can help shape what gets built and for whom. Start by building your understanding of basic real estate concepts and local development incentives. Meet with your planning staff, economic development team, or local redevelopment authority. Ask what kinds of projects are on the horizon and how your district fits into the city's broader growth strategy. Understanding housing and zoning. Revitalization is incomplete without residents. If your downtown lacks housing or the existing stock is unaffordable, it's harder to support businesses or keep activity going after hours. Start by reviewing your district's zoning code. Can upper stories be converted into residential uses? Are there outdated parking requirements that make redevelopment harder? Are mixed-use buildings encouraged or discouraged? You don't need to be an expert in land use, but it's important to understand how local policies affect your district's growth. With this knowledge, you can advocate for small changes, like allowing more flexible uses, that have a big impact. Main Street programs that develop a working knowledge of economic development, real estate, and small business advocacy are uniquely positioned to serve as powerful champions for inclusive downtown growth. Too often, promising redevelopment projects stall due to not in my backyard or NIMBY resistance. In these moments, Main Street leaders can be a credible countervoice, offering a community-based perspective on why new housing, mixed-use development, or infill projects are vital to sustaining a vibrant district. However, before publicly supporting any proposal, the Main Street Board should engage in thoughtful internal discussion. Consider how the project aligns with your mission, how it will impact existing stakeholders, and whether your advocacy reflects the broader interests of the community. When done with care, Main Street programs can help bridge the gap between residents, developers, and policymakers, unlocking the potential of downtowns as places where more people can live, work, and thrive. Championing wayfinding and accessibility. As your program's scope expands, don't overlook everyday details that affect how people experience your district. Wayfinding and accessibility are two areas where Main Street programs can lead meaningful improvements. Clear, attractive signage helps visitors navigate downtown more easily. It supports tourism, improves foot traffic, and helps connect key destinations like parking, parks, shopping, and dining. Wayfinding also helps locals rediscover parts of the district they might not visit regularly. You can work with your city to develop a wayfinding strategy or help fund improvements through facade grants, public art partnerships, or tourism dollars. Equally important is accessibility. You can become a champion for making downtown more inclusive, starting with simple changes like advocating for wider sidewalk clearances, ensuring businesses have ramps or automatic doors, and encouraging installation of changing tables in public restrooms. You can also include accessibility questions in event planning checklists and build walkway audits into your work plan. These aren't just compliance issues, they're quality of life issues. When more people can move through downtown comfortably, your district becomes more welcoming, more usable, and more successful. Strategic growth with focus. Taking on new opportunities doesn't mean doing everything. It means identifying where your program can lead, support, or connect. Choose areas that align with your transformation strategy and reflect what your community actually needs. You may not have capacity to own or manage a new initiative, but you can still influence it. Being at the table, asking the right questions, and amplifying local voices can make a real difference. In closing, Main Street programs are uniquely positioned to bridge community needs and public process. When you expand thoughtfully, whether into housing, development, signage, or accessibility, you help ensure your district grows in ways that are vibrant, inclusive, and lasting. This month, identify one area where your program could expand its leadership. That might be reviewing a zoning map, hosting a meeting on sidewalk improvements, or helping your city think through the next phase of wayfinding. Small steps lead to long-term change.